Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be working on making this world a little bit easier to probably like put a utopia inside of it, cuz what this means, we're going to be playing Minecraft honestly, cuz gotta build the world so that I can upload my mind to it so I can live out the rest of my days in Minecraft and like the actual world, obviously. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about like a few days ago until I deleted the world. I still haven't even contacted the admin like I said I was gonna do. I need to do that. I actually really needed to do that. But I'm gonna wait till the stream is over and then I'm actually gonna do that because I forgot to do that before the stream. Plus, I woke up really late today, so I was like, I gotta get the streaming because I gotta get it. I gotta do it because it's sort of like my job, so I kind of need to do that. So today we're gonna work on terraforming the area, like adding grass and then like adding like gravel and stuff and sand and all that, because this is all pod soil. It's not supposed to be pod soil, obviously. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna start a podcast and we'll get right into it.
Like some psychedelics, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in. I'm pretty sure it was either in Washington. No, I think it was Oregon. It was Oregon.
Oregon, yeah.
Oregon. I think it was. I think they used the word legalized. I think
it was decriminalized.
They decriminalized.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
They
Didn't New Zealand just pass
all
two
drugs.
laws? Didn't New Zealand just pass two laws? They're like, yeah, weed's still illegal, but you're allowed to euthanize yourself. So they literally would rather have you kill yourself than do drugs there.
Well, no,
That's
just it was a referendum.
I mean, you're allowed to kill yourself anywhere.
Well, they
pretty much don't need anyone's information.
It wasn't like they got into parliament. They're like, okay, so we're gonna, fucking keep weed illegal, and also it's okay to kill yourself. That's not.
No,
like,
I mean, I mean, it's like separate things, but
Dude, isn't it assisted suicide? It's assisted suicide, right? For like
if you
euthanasia.
If you're terminally ill and you are going to die because of the illness you have and you're in pain, then you can apply to be euthanized.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Didn't the weed referendum only fail by like 3% or something like that?
Yeah, it was like 54%, I think.
Wow.
How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, 53.5%. Damn.
That's crazy.
You know, Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, she voted yes.
Wow.
And everyone was pissed off with her for not telling the country, because they're like, you're the Prime Minister. We want to know which way you're going to vote. We want to.
Yeah, but she's responsible.
There's no way.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to sway
exactly.
people's
That's
feelings.
what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the States, certain states now have decriminalized.
Yeah, New Jersey just legalized it. Right underneath New York, they legalized marijuana in New Jersey.
But aren't there also states that have decriminalized all drugs recently?
Yeah, well, that was Oregon. Oregon completely decriminalized drugs, which is like a good thing. But at the same time, I'm worried that they might not have the existing like infrastructure to kind of like prevent the teething issues of decriminal, and it's decriminalized to like an amount of personal use. So it's under the assumption, I'm under the assumption, I haven't read into the laws. I'm not sure exactly what it says you can and can't do. But I know that it's basically if you have like a certain amount of drugs, as long as it's enough to qualify for personal use.
Thank you, definitely not Tubbo, for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the team. We're gonna be building the earth, and I'm gonna mute my mic because that's what I do.
Or have like a franchised thing, like a state-run rehabilitation program to get people off of addiction. I wonder if they're going to be instating drug safety and education programs that aren't filled with bullshit 1980s propaganda.
Yeah,
like if they're actually going to teach people all throughout even like maybe the end of middle school to start into high school, like all throughout high school, like this is how like drugs work, like actual courses, like pharmacology, like here's how a drug interacts with the brain. Here's how it interacts with your physiology. Like, these are certain terms you need to know. Here's dosage for different drugs. So that if people are going to experiment with drugs and they are decriminalized, that way it's complete harm reduction. It's safe. And it reduces the risk of people overdosing or getting addicted. You know, because a lot of the crime that stems from, you know, drugs is a result of addiction. Because somebody gets addicted to a drug.
A lot of problems.
People get addicted to drugs. They spend all their money on the drug, or then they steal, or they get into gangs where, you know, the drugs are around, and
they get busted one time for the drugs, and then they can't get a job because they got busted that one time because they had drugs on them. And it's like, well, how am I going to get off the street? I'm going to get employed, and you know, it's
another
bad cycle.
Yeah.
Another really good thing about
literally the equivalent. Sorry, I'll just say this. It feels like the equivalent of a country being like, let's just push this mess under the bed instead of actually cleaning it up. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. It's like not actually fixing the problem. It's like, let's just pretend all these homeless, jobless people don't exist, and we'll still keep punishing them for doing drugs because clearly that's the problem. It's like, well, no. Anyway.
Another benefit of decriminalization is if you are a scientific group or something, and you want to do like studies or tests or something on illegal substances, it's actually really fucking hard to get your hands on them.
Extremely hard.
Because you obviously have to get your hands on them legally, because otherwise you can't really do the tests on it and get, you know, anything.
It's illegal.
In Australia, test kits are.
Oh no, I mean, scientists that want to study the drugs themselves.
Not testing the drugs to test for purity, but more so like, you know, I administer like, you know, 50 milligrams of this drug that's illegal, and we have to record the result, or, you know, we give this guy acid and scan his brain in an MRI.
Where would we be as a society if those experiments and tests weren't shut down in the 80s, man? Like, where the fuck would we be? Probably at a completely different place. There'd have been
we would have a better understanding of the drugs, and it's just a matter of like whether or not our understanding like allows the drug to have potential to help in therapies or to help in other ways and that kind of shit. You know?
Yeah. It just like, it's just so clear that, you know, generating fear and making something illegal and contraband is just, I mean, that's just going to limit growth, and the problem still exists. You know, like, these drugs still exist and they're still being sent around, but now
the problem worse.
Also illegal and also forbidden. Whereas if you just opened up things a bit and actually was like, well, let's just see what actually goes on when someone, you know, not even for like things like acid and things, but you know, other like harder drugs, which, you know, you can maybe argue is not worth ever doing. Like, if they just did some tests on it and regulated it better, we'd probably be in a very different place. It is crazy.
Yeah.
But it was good to see things changing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If there's one good thing to come out of the election, that, you know, I guess it's in those aspects. Because the rest of that shit, like, we're not even going to get into it. It is a shit show. I am happy to be in Australia right now.
Yeah, hey.
Very, very, very happy.
So everyone always asks me, like, oh, you're American. What's your opinion on this and this? I'm like, bro, I'm over here so I don't have to think about that shit, you know?
It's like, dude, all I know is that there's no COVID here. I went through the lockdown. I'm staying here. You know, it's just,
America
that's
had
all I care about.
100,000 cases in one day yesterday.
I know, man. I know.
It's so frustrating when you see online, you know, like, people arguing like, well, Australia only got better because you guys are an island and like you were dealing with way less people. It's like, well, this is actually like really this, especially Victoria, the state that had the most cases, you know, it was really looking like it was going to escalate to like a disproportionate level of like coronavirus is a real problem. The state really kind of pulled it together, all things considered, and actually locked down and buckled down and just waited it out.
Yeah, over 100 days.
And like, it's just, it feels like on the internet, especially, there's such a like tendency in people to just immediately respond to other people's good news with bitterness.
Or just dismissal.
Or dismissal. It's like, well,
no
like,
credit.
You know, you only did that because of this, when instead it should be like, oh, good for you guys. Like, man, I hope that we could, you know, fix things here too. It just seems like a much better.
Yeah,
bro, it's fucking scary whenever I log into Facebook every now and then and see everyone back in like small town America and like the opinions over there of like Corona and shit. It's fucking scary.
A lot of people where I'm from are convinced that it's a fucking hoax. Like
The fuck?
people are
Really?
walking
Yeah.
around like fuck it, I don't care. Like everyone is just walking around my hometown, like like doing their thing. Like
Oh,
I think that like one of the biggest problems with that is that like yeah, obviously we can look at people who think that COVID is a hoax and just dismiss them as being idiots and be like, well, they're just wrong and all this stuff. But I feel like doing that isn't actually solving the problem. Like it just feels like there's so much name calling and so much like I'm right, you're wrong, like in any position that you take these days. So there's all we get as a result of that is just like constant division. And it pays to keep in mind that all these people, like imagine, let's say you were raised in an environment like by anti-vax, anti-mask, like super conspiracy theory parents. You like go to a high school where maybe that's like the general culture. You live in a state where that's the general culture. You have a girlfriend or a partner that like also shares these views. You're just raised and you're just a product of your environment, right? And like, what are we doing to like fix these perspectives that are considered by people who are more educated as wrong? Well, we're kind of just insulting them on the internet about it. We're kind of just putting them down and be like, well, they're just fucking idiots, and like thank God the smart people are doing the right thing. I don't know, it's like, how do you fix this problem we have?
It's definitely not that way. You don't shame people. You don't just name call them.
What I'm saying is that that's actually what most people seem like have, is like this just this, you're either a sore winner or you're a sore loser. And there's no real fucking, doesn't feel like there's a lot of in between in the internet culture these days.
No, there's not a lot of handshaking.
There's also, the case that it's just a noisy majority as well. And the loudest people tend to be the more negative, I suppose. It just is a shame to see, I think. It just doesn't seem to be getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother fucking can of worms.
Hopefully.
I think a lot of people view it as like, well, I don't know anyone that's had it, so therefore it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or like,
it can't be real.
You just need to, like, I think it just pays to remind yourself that people who have these beliefs like coronavirus is a hoax, they're not actually inherently evil people. They're just a little ignorant and are around a lot of people who share a similar ignorant perspective.
Yeah.
I don't think they're evil. I just think they're fucking dumb.
Yeah. Like, what do you do about that?
Yeah, how do you change that?
It's also like they hold these beliefs so strongly because like it's tied to their identity, and then you have other people who really are only trying to solve it by being like, you're a fucking retard, like you're how could you believe this? And then that just makes
people aren't inclined to respond well to being insulted.
Exactly, and it's just going both ways, back and forth, constantly, and it just is meaning that there's less and less room in the middle. Less and less room. Sad to see.
Yeah.
Well, so
Ozzy. Oi.
I mean, it happens here too. It happens here too.
It does, but like, I feel like, I don't know, dude. I feel like politically, like in the US, it's like you give a political opinion, or it's like, what's your political opinion? And then you say whatever your opinion is. It's just shouting and like argument and like, in a lot of cases, like, a difference in political opinion fucking destroys like relationships. It destroys like a friendship with people that you could have you've been friends with for years and years. Like it's extremely divided in that sense. And like, so a lot of people tend to like, either they're full on, like, I'm going to talk about my politics, or they're like, I'm never going to talk about my politics. And here in Australia, like, somebody talks about politics, and the other person's just like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about this shit. Like, fucking just shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Yeah. I don't fucking care. And then it's just like, okay.
You can argue that that's also kind of like maybe worse in a sense, because like maybe that's actually how you get to the other extreme, is by just ignoring the problem. I don't mean to be talking about politics, and I don't think we're really, any of us are here really like trying to say anything.
we haven't.
I feel I kind of agree with the group that's kind of just like, shut up, because otherwise you're just like, if you have opinion on politics, you're guaranteed like at least half of people aren't going to agree with it. So you're immediately alienating like half the people there. Like,
okay,
but only alienating because it's more important to people to win an argument than to have an argument. Like it's what destroys relationships in general. Like a lot of, it's like you'll be getting in an argument with someone, and the point isn't actually to resolve anything. It's just to be right. And that's
No,
the
you're
real
wrong.
problem when it
You're
comes
wrong.
to political.
Man, fuck you, you're wrong.
The goal isn't actually growth
Yeah.
or human prosperity. It's just, oh, I'm right, you're wrong. Like, and my identity is right, and my way of living is right, and this is my security, and how dare you threaten that? And then
it's annoying when people are that invested in what they believe. I mean, I have a lot of friends from back home that I talk to every now and then, and I'll talk to them about politics or like the election or what's on the news, and like, you know, me and my friend, like my best friend, will just go back and forth, like, you know, this and this, no, this and this, and no, this and this, difference of opinion. And then it's just like, all right, well, let's agree to disagree. Like, whatever. How's your day? Like, how's your week been? And then it's back to like a friendship. Like,
that's
you
how
know,
growth occurs, because it's like you taught them something, and maybe you learned something from them, and you know, or maybe you didn't. And that's also okay.
Yeah, well,
like,
you know, it's just at the end of the day, it's just a fucking discussion, isn't it? You know, it's not like nowadays, like. You know, like talking politics is like participating in a gladiatorial arena. Like, dude, I see a lot of fucking people like on like the Twitter during election. That election day, like I was like, I'm not even gonna fucking tweet anything.
Yeah.
I was gonna stream that day. I had it scheduled down to stream. I was like, I'm not fucking streaming today. Are you fucking kidding me?
Fuck that.
Like, how
whenever I
fucking
stream now, I just
rabid
block out
people
all
are.
political words. Just that reason. It's like that's just asking for trouble.
You know, I'm
as a
surprised.
creator, yeah, like for sure. Why would you bother, right?
Like I never wanted to discuss politics on any platform that I have a voice on, and a lot of people will call me out for that and say like, why aren't you?
Yeah, why haven't you taken a stand,
like,
bro? What the fuck?
Why aren't you using your influence? Like, why aren't you like telling people to vote a certain way? Like, why aren't you like advocating for that? It's just like. Like, because it's like, because people need to make up their own fucking mind. Because people need to do their own fucking research, and people need to like to understand where they fall.
All these influences you want to hear from, their opinion, and like who you want to see persuading people to like share your opinion, they're actually just young people. You know, they actually don't have degrees most of the time. They're actually not really any more informed than you are a lot of the time. Like, it's honestly, frankly, irresponsible a lot of the time, as far as I'm concerned, especially when you're taking like a aggressive stance, you know, and you're uninformed.
You know, the one thing that I agree with was people trying to get people registered to vote. Because you know, they're not telling people who to vote for. Like they're just telling people
just
to vote.
go vote. That's a good one.
You know, I didn't even do that because I don't even want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of this fucking heightened political thing. Like, why even dip my toes into it? Like, everybody fucking knows. If you're on the internet, everyone fucking knows. Register to vote, and the people that don't want to aren't going to, but the people that like do are. So like, what is my voice like matter when all the timeline for like the last 3 weeks has been everyone register. Why add it to the pile? To virtue signal? To tell, like, to be like, I'm part of it. I'm part of people. I'm part of the change. Like, no. I fucking play video games and make dead baby jokes. I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, and that's your contribution, and honestly, it's probably more valuable in some ways than, you know, fucking taking an aggressive stance and trying to hammer it home with your audience when you're still growing and changing and learning and all that stuff. Like, and it also pays to remember that although at times like this it feels like the entire world's American, they're actually fucking not. And although Swagger's an American creator from American Matters too, like, you know, because like we get, I'm sure you guys get questioned about it and like asked for opinion. It feels like, you know, obviously it's an important election and America's a very big place with a lot of influence in the world, but it's also not the only place in the world. And there's like all the internal struggles and division in America actually isn't entirely relevant to the rest of us, you know, like, so
I don't give a fuck about the election.
Yeah, like
people keep like telling me like numbers and stuff, and I'm like, I just don't care.
It leaks
it's
out
nothing
everywhere.
to do with me.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know. Very tense times. You can understand why there's so much pressure around it, but I just think that I just find it like crazy that you need to. It almost feels like these days you need to pick an ideology and stick to everything about that ideology, or you're, you know, you don't have a firm belief in anything. It's like, why can't you just these are all just human created structures and ideas and systems of belief. Like you can actually pick and choose from a wide variety of things that you consider your values, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to align with another person's for you both to be good people.
Yeah, and your all of your values don't have to be these are the values of the side that I like and these are the values of the side that the other people like. You can pick and choose from both sides, and
you can be like, I want gay married couples to protect their marijuana plants with guns.
Why not?
Yeah,
why not?
I want Christian gay married couples to fight the fucking government.
I just think there's a desire in everyone to paint things black and white because it simplifies things and it makes things easier to understand and easier to manage and easier to explain and honestly easier to
paint things red and blue.
Thinking. Well, true. I mean, I'm not even talking about America right now. I'm just talking about people in general because it's not an American problem. It's a human problem. It's just you know, I think more evident now more than ever.
Yeah, it's more and more like people becoming like a part of a tribe. Like, this is my identity. Like, I am this, and you're that. You're an enemy. You don't like
belonging to like a group.
Yeah, and each group thinks that the other side is hell bent on like destroying what they love, and so like there's no room. Like there's no room to discuss. And like, there's no way to discuss if you're just fucking screaming at each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
It's times like this more than ever that it just pays to be a human being, I think, and to I don't know, just fucking like think critically, educate yourself, and you know, hopefully influence the people around you positively. That's really your only obligation as a person, I think, in this world. Like you can go above and beyond, and you can do a hell of a lot less, but. You know, if you're shooting for that, then you're all right in my books. So, yeah.
And I'm Fitz, and I approve this message.
But you're voting for Fitz? What the fuck, bro?
You can't do that. Did you guys hear about the Melbourne Cup?
The what?
Oh, the fucking
Melbourne
horse,
Cup.
bro.
Yeah. Oh, all of a sudden everyone likes horses over here.
Yeah, no, dude, like, all I'm saying is that the Melbourne Cup, for people that aren't aware, the Melbourne Cup is a horse race. They get a bunch of horses and they make them race around a track, and it's cruel and it's unusual, and I don't like it. I think horses should only be used in war. That is the only ethical thing. Otherwise, like horses, like for our entertainment, getting injured, no. But to protect our ideas and values, well, yeah, they're making a worthy sacrifice, right?
Yo,
but otherwise,
fuck the Melbourne Cup, because when it was here last time, we got kicked out of our Airbnb and all the reservations.
I was gonna go out for fucking.
Cup.
Dude, I was gonna go out for ramen on fucking Tuesday, and oops, it's closed because they're abusing horses. Okay,
but
what happened?
It smells.
So there's a horse that broke its leg during the race, and they euthanized it.
Fucking shot it.
It was a horse that made the rider $5 million in prize money. And it was like one of the top rated horses, and I assume in the cup or the world or some shit. I'm not entirely sure, but it broke its leg, and they're just like, "Fuck you, bang!"
Jesus.
Yeah. Can horses live with a broken leg?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure. I
think that's why they have to kill a horse when it breaks its leg.
Maybe not like afterwards.
I think they like live in pain their entire life.
It's impossible to fix.
Because, like, realistically, if a horse could, if they could keep the horse alive and it be, you know, happy and okay that it's, you know, recovering, then they would keep it alive because they could keep using its like sperm and shit to make, you know, better like new
wheelchair
horses.
Thing they give the dogs.
They're
they
like,
put wheels on the back.
guys, before you shoot it, let's jack it off and get some sperm.
All I'm trying to prove here is that clearly, if they're euthanizing it, there's probably a reason for it.
Well,
but
true. It's still not a good fucking look for the horse race.
$5 million, bro.
Oh, horse broke its leg. Bang.
Bang.
We don't need to bring up again just how dumb horses are, okay?
Yeah, like, horses are pretty fucking stupid.
They have small brains and they're dumb as hell. But
dude,
this does make me sad to hear, and I don't want horses to die. I want horses to live their best life.
In horse-related news, I actually read an article. You know, in the way that dogs, they get attached to a particular human, like they see one human over another and they're like, that's my owner. I love this guy. where I love this girl. Like they're amazing. I love them. But
Yeah.
anyone else, they're like, oh, I don't really know who you are, but I'm still comfortable around you. With horses, they're comfortable around people in general. The studies that they did measured a horse's heartbeat. So its heart beats faster when there's like nobody around, because it's more nervous. But when it has people around it, I think evolutionarily it gets calm. But there's no distinction between a random person being around it or its owner being around it. So they're making the argument that a horse doesn't really have a bond with any particular human. They're just kind of like okay with most humans, right? So
Horses
in other
are
words,
awesome.
fuck horses because they don't care about us.
But what the fuck?
And speaking of horses, my throat's actually quite hoarse. I think it might be time to wrap up
That's
the show.
true.
Right.
That's a good note to end it on. Good
Fuck
joke.
horses.
No,
Fuck
not
horses.
fuck horses.
Be a good person and fuck horses.
Yes.
On YouTube
can-
for
I can agree with
educational
that.
purposes.
Yeah.
Yes. Guys, thanks for listening to another episode of the Misfits Podcast. It's been lovely spending time with you. Hope you enjoyed the conversation.
Sponsored
and
by
we'll be back
Gamer
next week.
Subs.
Sponsored by Gamer Subs, as always.
Yo, what's up,
GamerSubs.gg.
RGB? What's up?
Code Misfits.
10%
yeah,
off.
we'll see you guys next week.
Maybe live in person.
Maybe, yeah, maybe on
Maybe.
the Zap
Wow.
Get that set up.
Sorry, Kobe.
That's all right. I'll be
See
home
you,
soon
babe.
enough.
Hello and welcome back to the Misfits Podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Sneaky Boy Man. He says
Nothing
"You are the
much.
reason my girlfriend
Just
left
building
Oh, I thought that was going to
some
go a different
North
way.
Carolina.
No, he just says that we're the reason that his girlfriend left him.
Well, she
was-
probably came to us, right?
Do you think wait,
She
what
come
do
to
you
you
mean?
guys? She didn't come to me. She come to you guys?
What do you? What
I'm
comment are you talking about
so
in this context?
confused. I'm
I
so
think-
fucking confused.
Anyways, welcome
Like-
back to the podcast. We got Cam here.
Why are you so confused, Swagger? Let's talk about that.
Oh, my brain is melting. I didn't get any sleep. It's very, very hot. We're coming
just
into
take
an
some Gamer
Australian
Subs.
summer. I had a Gamer
you could be
Subs. I
up-
had two.
Have another. Have another.
Have three.
Yeah.
four.
I
I
think my fucking heart can take it. Though it is very,
Matt-
very yummy. And if you would want to grab some Gamer Subs, you can go to gamersubs.gg and use
So
code
true.
Misfits for 10% off.
Wait,
It might help
10%.
you.
You can do that. You actually can do that.
You actually can do that with
Free
your
Wi-Fi.
hands, your eyes.
You can do that right
No,
now,
you-
actually. Like,
You could do it
No one's
right
stopping
now.
you,
Yeah, you could pause
It's
the
real world.
podcast and come right back. Here, I'll tell you what. We'll wait. We'll wait for you.
Yeah.
we actually just wait.
All right,
like,
now that guy's
10
gone,
minutes.
Yeah,
let's start
fuck
the fucking
that
show.
guy. Oh,
Fuck
he's
that guy.
back. Or she.
Hey, we were just talking
I-
about you.
oh,
What's up,
Yeah,
homie? How
yeah,
you doing?
I can't assume the gender.
Let's just have a one-sided conversation with the viewers for the entire show. We'll just be like,
Like, it's
So how you
fucking,
guys
like,
doing?
Dora the Explorer.
no, it's okay.
shit.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Still
guys-
waiting.
Yeah, this is on a
Having
server.
a good day out there.
They just have to tell us how they're doing in the
I can't give
comments
you the
and
IP
the reviews,
because
so
it's
we
a build
answer, like,
team
one
server.
person per podcast.
One, I mean, that's kind of what we do. I just read out a fucking review. And I mean, this guy says that his girlfriend left him because of us. He didn't really provide an explanation as to what happened. Maybe she saw the podcast and was like, "Oh man, like there's so many better men out here than the guy I'm with. I'm gonna
could
move
be
on." Or maybe he was
Fuck
watching
is
the
wrong with
podcast
you?
nonstop and is talking about it all the time, like that guy Stan in the Eminem song who drove his car over a bridge with the girl in the trunk and she died, and Eminem read about it later and realized that
Yeah.
it was his fan.
Or maybe she
Yeah.
was. Or maybe she
That's
was
fine.
like, What is my boyfriend's taste to watch a show? This boring.
These fucking idiots. Jesus Christ.
So true. It probably is that actually.
Yeah.
It's your guys'
And
fucking
yeah,
fault.
We need to fucking. Really need to make this show like exciting here. I'll tell you what.
Hey, he's
Is that
Tim
better?
Chimpin'.
Holy
Look at that.
shit.
Is that a
So
little
much
bit
better.
better? Is that like
That's
more
all it
entertaining
needed.
for the show? Is that what
That's
I have
literally
to
all
do?
it
it. We
needed.
could end it there and we'd be fine, I
Yeah.
think.
We could just call it a fucking day on that one. We plugged the gamer subs. You sounded like a retard. That's a
Yeah.
hard day's work for the Misfits. Let's go.
That's an-
Yeah.
Swagger's here. Swagger's here, obviously.
Hello.
Jay is here, obviously.
I'm also here.
Matt's here, obviously.
Hola, mi amigos. ¿Cómo estás?
And this may be a surprise to you guys, but I'm actually here. So
Who are you?
Really?
I actually forgot. I actually don't
Oh
remember that
shit!
much.
Was it all the shrooms that you took?
No, I mean the shrooms. I think just made me at one with the universe. Okay, so it's like, who am I really anymore? I'm everything and everyone.
Wait, are you God?
Yeah, and believe it or not, Jim, actually Hitler as well.
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
No,
fuck
not
you.
Hitler as well.
I know. I
Damn.
can tell by the shocked look on your expression that you're probably thinking, "Wow, is he really Hitler?" Okay,
Yeah,
I'll answer that question
prove it.
first. Yes, I am. Okay. Well, I mean, I could give you a house tour and show you the gas chamber downstairs, but I don't know if I can pick up my camera and do that on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's like hasn't got like enough reach.
To be honest with you, I haven't really gassed anyone in a very long time, and I've actually sort of grown from those views. I actually don't believe that it's right anymore. I don't believe that.
That's
I
good.
don't hate Jewish people, and I don't believe that there's only one superior race. I've moved on from those views because people change. You know, you got to let people
Yeah.
change.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
great. That's good to hear that
Yeah.
you're changing.
Yeah,
I
but
used
you
to
can't
think
ask
that
me
the
anything.
Iditarod was the best race, but now I'm more so towards the triathlon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
HumorDash is
I think the
always good.
triathlon is the superior race. The Iditarod, like they have to have dogs pull the sleds, and that's just
I
cool.
didn't even know what an Iditarod was or how to
Yeah.
spell it.
I
Really?
did a
I'm trying to
rod.
Google it for myself.
IDIDAROD. It has to be that.
Oh, Iditarod.
Oh,
Trail,
I was completely
trail
wrong.
sled
Yeah.
dog race.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I
shit
see
like
in
Alaska,
Alaska,
Man, it's
right?
right?
cruel. I thought it was cool at the start,
They-
and I thought it was a superior race, but it turns out that it's really all down to the triathlon.
It's
You got
dog
swimming, you
sledding.
got running, you got biking,
The superior race is
Mhm.
NASCAR. Yee-hee.
exploding bombs.
Exploding
NASCAR.
bombs.
Yeah.
Exploding bomb race.
takes
Which
me
one?
back.
Ah, the Boston.
Oh,
one,
the
yeah.
nuclear arms race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
what I was
that-
talking
oh,
about,
okay,
Matt.
never
Not
mind.
that one. Whoa.
Jesus.
Too soon.
Some exploding
Christ.
race and running. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Oh wow.
That was years ago. It's
That-
fine. 5 years in internet
Yeah.
time is like 100 normal time. It's okay.
Has it only been 5 years?
That was like 2013, I think.
That would be 7
So
years.
7.
Yeah.
What's
that was ages
this?
ago. We can joke about it. The Boston Marathon thing.
Dude,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
people-
joking about the
I'm not-
Boston Marathon.
Yeah, I could blow back in our face. Let's not do that.
Oh my god. All right,
Oh my
guys.
god, okay. And we've got fucking oh, never mind. Holy
You know,
shit.
I've actually been on in an Iditarod, not a race, but I've been on like a
dog sled?
being pulled by a bunch of huskies. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I did it in Canada.
No, you're
Yeah.
trolling. Are you serious?
No, I'm serious.
How the
I'm
fuck did
serious.
that come to
It's
fruition?
great fun. The dogs are like really like beautiful dogs, and they're very friendly, and they wear these little things on their paws to not be too cold, and they're just like happy to fucking pull you around, you know.
Oh, I
Give me a
thought
quick
like
tug.
you had like you sat on the dog and like slid down a
No.
head
Giddy up.
hill.
No, you
Push.
sit on that sled.
Oh,
Sled.
I thought it
And
was
the
dog
dogs are like
sledding.
Santa's
Oh.
reindeer in front of you, pulling you around.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's a lot less cruel then.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know they
I've done
gave
some
them
things that
full-on,
might
like, leather
surprise you.
shoes and everything. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they actually wear
Footsie.
Gucci shoes.
Damn. That's how it'd be dripping.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah, that's right,
Yeezys,
guys.
Huskies.
It's husky.
Mm-hmm. What the
They
fuck's
call it, no, they're
new?
shush puppies. They're shush
What's-
puppies.
What's
Shush.
new? What's new in the world currently?
Another
Well,
day. Sun rose.
You know, guys, like a bunch of things are happening. First of all, in current events, we have
Current events.
What happened? Surely there was some
have
major
world
shit that probably
news.
happened.
We
last
have
week, right?
this 81-year-old Italian man couldn't visit his wife in hospital,
No.
so
why?
he serenaded her from the street. Can you believe that?
Aw,
Sweet
that's
guy.
That's
sweet.
so nice. We're actually.
This is
just the
literally all that
news
comes up
now.
when I
That's
search
simple.
world news. This is
Fuck.
CNN's main article. It's a fluff piece about an 81-year-old Italian man.
Fake
in
news.
the,
Fake news.
Fucking
Yeah,
fake
he didn't
what, you
even
don't
do
believe in
it.
Italians? Can't believe an Italian man? Can't believe an 80? They can grow that old swagger? What do you mean fake news?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know.
Bahrain's longest-serving prime minister, Prince Khalifa El Khalifa, dies at 84.
Holy
What do you
shit!
think
Wiz
about
Yeah,
that?
what do
Khalifa
you think?
died.
What do you think his favorite porn star was?
Probably Asa Akira. Hong Kong pro-democracy lawmakers reign in mass after Beijing moves to quash dissent.
Why
Oh,
would
I
they-
love
you guys hear about
quash.
that?
stuff again.
It's my favorite sport.
What?
That's right. That's right. Yep. So yeah, I mean, basically things are happening as always. It's
Yeah,
good to check in.
COVID's slowing down here. I've booked a nice holiday in Sydney at the end of this month.
Have you really?
Nice.
Yep.
How you gonna? Are they
Nice.
said anything about lifting borders? between states.
No. I've decided to just run over the border
Ah, you're
and
gonna,
hope
like,
that they don't catch me.
You're gonna get like some smuggler or some shit. What's it called?
Yeah.
Coyote sneak you through.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like
sick.
No,
fit inside a suitcase.
That could be cool.
JT can just run really fast.
Just wear a GoPro,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I've been like the whole coronavirus like thing. I was on I bought a treadmill so I could just like up my pace, and I can currently run at 140 kilometers right now. So
Damn.
I think I can make it across. Yeah,
It's not bad.
yeah,
Damn.
it's not
What
bad.
about your endurance? Because once you're over the border, they're going to chase you.
Yeah, I'm at 0.4 seconds currently. So
So you can
Still
only
working
run
on it.
140 kilometers an hour, but only for 0.4 seconds.
yeah,
I mean,
That's your
Like
endurance. That's
falling
when you
down
run
the
out of steam.
stairs or-
yeah.
It's just like you're just like, oh, fuck, that was so exhausting.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
It's definitely still a work in progress, but
Yeah, well, I mean, if you just do it every day at that speed, then eventually you'll get up to 1 second, then 2 seconds. The next thing you know, you're running for a whole 10 seconds at 104 kilometers per hour.
I
Which is
know.
actually quite a long way.
Bro,
I-
you could, like,
I-
run through like a traffic camera and like freak it out and take a photo of you. Just be like,
oh yeah, no, I've done that. It didn't even catch me, honestly.
oh shit,
was
that
way
fast.
too
you just,
fast.
you just run in front
Just
of
a blur.
Run in front of it just to give other cars tickets. It captures
That's
the
what
other
I do.
cars. It happened to my
That's what I do.
dad once. He was just fucking driving normally, and a bird swooped in front of a camera, and it went off, and he got stuck with the ticket.
What the fuck? Did he contest
That's-
it in court?
No.
Takes
Oh,
the
what
bird
the
to
fuck?
court.
Yeah, yeah.
The photo from the camera is actually just the bird flipping off the camera with your dad in the car, just like looking up with his hands, like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
And what does the defendant have to say for itself?
God damn it, you might be a seagull, but he makes a good case. There's been flying around the law school lately. Oh, man.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't know how people are gonna like. I don't know how people smuggle shit across borders. Like, do they
In the asshole. Mainly.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like drugs and shit.
Your asshole is just nature's suitcase.
Yeah.
You know?
Thing is,
I
they've
wonder
caught
how
on to
much-
that. So if you're going over the border, they might finger you. So what a lot of people do now, if they want to smuggle anything, it's usually drugs. They'll put it in a condom and swallow it.
Shit.
Wouldn't recommend that because if the condom bursts, then you'll die. But
Wait, really?
yeah,
Well, yeah, if
That's
you
how
like a
they-
fuck
have you ever
ton of
seen
drugs in it,
Narcos?
Yeah.
No.
Narcos is a great show, and yeah, the way that they smuggled a lot of cocaine back in the day across the border was they would just pay families. Like, I'm talking like women and children just like to go on planes. They swallow like 10 condoms, then they just go, and then they shit it out, and then they get like, you know, a few $1,000. That's like
Holy
Yeah.
frick.
legit. That's legit how it
yeah,
went
they
across
did it
to
with a
the
lot of
States, and
pregnant
then-
women because
Wouldn't it
pregnant
be-
women were
A
the
lot of
least
pregnant women.
suspected.
On the
Yeah,
plane, wouldn't
that's
they
right.
like get like they would expand and then like blow up?
No, no.
And you-
That's
Stomach.
right. Hold on, he's got a point. You know how the bag of chips always like blows up? Surely the
Yeah,
condom-
like surely.
My God, she's
But
like
there's gotta
3
be a
months
certain amount of
pregnant.
air.
What the fuck happened?
There's gotta be a certain amount of air in your packet of cocaine for it to stay fresh, you know?
Yeah, you
like
don't want
half
no
the-
fresh,
half the
non-fresh cocaine.
That's why when you're buying cocaine from the store, like half the condom just filled with air, and you're like, man, what the fuck? Am I getting ripped off? It's actually to keep it
They
good,
should have
you know?
added one of those scratch and sniff things. So you can see if it's fresh.
Scratch. Scratch and
Yeah,
sniff.
but
I
they're
do
just
that too
filled
from
with
time to time.
cocaine.
Scratch and sniff. Oh yeah, that's cocaine, all right.
Oh, yep, no, that smells good.
What do you
Yep.
mean? What do you mean? Scratch and sniff? What is this?
Have you never had that?
Have you never
It's
heard
like
of
what?
like scratch and sniff stickers or?
It's
Yeah.
like it would
Anything
be on
like
like the
that?
side of a package. It's like before you buy like an air freshener, they got like a little sticker. It says scratch and sniff. You'd scratch it, you'd sniff it,
really?
you'd smell
Yeah.
like what it was beforehand.
Oh,
Mm.
wow. Anytime I scratch and sniff is when it's my ball sack, but I mean, I guess it's
Same
okay.
thing.
I do that too. Smells like vinegar most of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Mine
That's
smells like
interesting.
soy sauce. Like
Am I
I'm
the
not
only
sure.
one who
I'm
has
not sure
to
what.
check my own nuts here? Wait, hold up.
It just smells like cocaine. That's crazy. No. Yes. Cocaine, guys, don't do it.
Nah,
unless you
definitely
really
not.
want to.
Unless you're
Unless
like
there's
rich.
cool kids
and-
around you and they're pressuring you to do it, then you can do it. But otherwise, don't do it.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
like the
just make
most
sure.
fucked up drug? Do you guys reckon?
Probably like heroin. Or
I mean,
no, salvia.
crocodile is pretty fucked up. It's like
What's that?
It's crocodile.
It's like that. I think it's like an opiate that is made in Russia, but there's a lot of corrosive compounds in it. So when you shoot it up, it'll actually eat away at your skin, like a
Ugh.
flesh-eating bacteria. It's horrible.
Why would
Oh my
anyone?
God.
Why would anyone do that? Desperation. They're addicted to heroin. They need an opiate.
So it like gives you a little high, but then it's like it also fucking eats your flesh like a.
Yeah, I would say it's the most like hardcore like fuck you drug. But I think the more insidious ones are probably like codeine, Xanax, like barbiturates. That shit's fucked up. Because if you get a dependence on that shit, it gives you like irreversible nerve damage.
Ugh.
Shit. Fucking just opioids in general, man. Stay away.
I always say salvia is the weirdest. That's like the weirdest psychedelic one because of like.
Yeah.
I always say it's how cartoons like to depict drugs and how they look. You know, it's like how you imagine a cartoon would show like how fucking drugs look. That's what salvia looks like. It's fucked.
Have you done salvia?
No, no, fuck that. Never do that shit.
I knew a girl that did salvia. I might have talked about this on the podcast before.
Were you like saying she like thought it was like a house or some shit?
Yeah. She was on a conveyor belt. She was a house in a red and yellow universe, and she had no concept of who she was before. All she knew is that she was this house on a conveyor belt. She was that house for her entire life, and there was houses in front of her and houses behind her. And they were going on this conveyor belt into this black hole in the ground, and it was feeding the houses in front, like, and they were just being pushed off into this black hole where they would just disappear into nothing. And so she's on this conveyor belt as a house, and she's thinking to herself, like, I can't do this. Like, I don't want to disappear. Like I need to be a house. I need to stay a house. Like, I can't do that. And then she got like pushed into it, and then she was like nothingness for. I think in her mind it felt like forever, but then she like came out of it and she was like, "Oh my God, where am I? Who am I? What's going on?" And then they were like, "Oh,
you're inside a house."
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, inside a house.
Just complete loss of identity.
That's absolutely. Like, everyone describes the same thing. Like they're either like a house or like someone said they were like a grasshopper or some shit. Like the fuck?
Yeah, the grasshopper one was fucked up.
Object.
Because the one with the grasshopper was like they're on a lawn on a leaf, and then they hear and feel vibrations and sounds, and then a lawnmower goes over them and chops them up.
So was that like a bad trip?
Yeah, but the thing is, it wasn't even that. It's that they got chopped up, and then immediately after they're back to being a grasshopper on a leaf. And it would just repeat over and over in their mind infinitely, and then they come to or whatever.
That's fucked. Yeah, the only one I've heard.
I wouldn't fuck salvia.
Yeah, the only thing I've heard is someone turning into a car seat, like into a literal car seat.
We've talked about that.
Yeah,
I think. It's interesting. It's almost like salvia almost seems to support like the theory of reincarnation, right? Like the idea that it's almost like it just literally puts you into the body of something else, like some other living creature or object.
So weird.
You know,
it's like that's the same shit for everyone.
Yeah, it makes you wonder like where theories of like reincarnation and things.
Bro,
like that
not gonna lie, that's what scares me about DMT. I still don't know if I'd do that shit because like everyone talks about seeing the machine elves, and everyone sees it like if they're all tripping. You know how like on acid we'd like. You'd see something, but you can't really show the other person it because you're just hallucinating. You're not seeing the same thing. With that, you could be like, yo, look at the machine elves over there. And everyone would look and be like, oh, yeah, holy shit, they see them too. Like, all at the same time, they look the same.
I don't know if it's like
you can't
I don't
even
think with
speak.
DMT you have your eyes open and you're seeing them in the room with you. Isn't it more just like you're in like a... Again, I don't really know, but I've only heard
you're like some weird like universe shit.
It depends on how much you have. I was around with my friend Dave when we went into the woods, and he was like, I went to smoke weed. So I was smoking pot, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna put some DMT in my joint." I was like, "All right, well, you do you." So he went up against a tree, and he sprinkled some DMT. It was freebase DMT, I think. It was like the powder, the crystalline powder. It's not like it's like I think it's like isolated, like it's condensed. I'm not sure what the actual terminology is or what it's describing, but it's basically like DMT separated and isolated into a powder. And so he sprinkled that onto his joint and he smoked it. And it wasn't enough for him to like fucking blast out of his body into like, a fractal universe and be comatose on the side. But he was, he smoked the weed and with the DMT, and he just was telling me, he's like, I'm like, how do you feel? How do you feel, Dave? And he's like, oh, I'm just looking around and there's just a bunch of tessellating dots all around my vision and they're swirling and was smiling at me, and I was like, "Oh, well, man, that's pleasant. You want to go back to the car?" And he was like, "Sure." And then he was seeing.
They
stuff.
drove me home.
Yeah, he drove me home.
Pedestrians.
Drove him home. But no, he was. I mean, I guess it depends on your dosage and how you consume it. Because like, if you take like the fucking ayahuasca or like frog venom, like that's fucking 5-MeO DMT, which is completely different on how your body metabolizes it and like how your trip goes.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's what fucking Vsauce Michael did.
Yeah, I watched that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was really funny. He was on psychedelics. He was fucking on DMT.
Oh, I didn't see him do DMT. I saw him do ayahuasca.
That's what it is.
when he
Yeah,
did that.
that's what it is.
Oh, is it this exact same thing? I thought
Well,
they were slightly different.
No, there's different types of DMT. Like there's DMT freebase or whatever, and then there's 5-MeO, which is apparently way more powerful or something like that.
What is changa? Is changa like a DMT blend?
I have no idea what changa is.
Isn't it a Mexican dish? Chimichanga.
Yeah, it's like
Big
that.
chunga.
Big chunga.
Spicy DMT. Yeah, created by an Australian.
Oh wow.
That sounds about right.
Oh,
And it's like became highly popular in the mid 2000s, and it doesn't actually tell me what it is. But it's just DMT mixed with some other shit, I think. Huh,
Okay.
Just fucking put DMT.
I mean,
Mixed
caps
with
and everything.
Kleenex, fucking Ajax spray and wipe.
Ugh.
Just random
Yeah,
shit.
how do they come up with these combinations?
Bro.
Like, how do they invent drugs at home? Like, I don't want to be the beta tester.
You just
for
get
that.
bored.
Oh,
Start smoking flowers.
DMT mixed with an HSP.
it's okay. It's
Yo.
changa. It's changa.
changa.
Chimichanga.
It's a DMT MAOI infused smoking blend. I believe MAOI stands for monoamine oxidase inhibitor, which is the enzyme that if you don't have that, then like the DMT will just be like processed by your body and you won't get high. You need that inhibitor in order to get the effects. Like in the jungle, I remember watching this Jordan Peterson lecture about psychedelics, and he said like in the jungle, because ayahuasca was made like thousands of years ago, and like it's like there's a vine which has like the DMT in it, I think, and then there's leaves that have the MAOI in it, but they're in two completely separate parts of the jungle. So people were trying to find out like, well, why did like these tribes people, like, how did they find out that like if you mix these two together and make a brew and brew it for however long and then drink it, then you see God or whatever. And they asked these these people in the jungle, and they were like, "Oh, the plants told us." And then they're just like, oh, "Okay, I guess the plants told them."
Interesting.
Damn.
Like, if you're living in that environment, that's all you know. Like, you don't have to worry about all the bullshit of like, oh, I have work and I have my car and I have bills, all this stuff. You're just living in a jungle. You're definitely gonna become familiar as fuck with everything around you.
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna be fucking
So I guess it
bored. You
makes
gotta
sense.
like start mixing shit someday,
Yeah, and it's just like, how do we figure out anything? Like, how did someone invent fucking electricity? Shit's just a crazy discovery.
It's just trial and error.
yeah.
eh?
Trial and error. People just figure it out eventually, I suppose. Just, they're thinkers and all kinds of
Yeah,
different.
us monkeys are pretty damn smart. Not gonna lie.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
aren't there some forests that are just one fucking big organism, pretty much? Like everything. is
Yeah,
interconnected.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
soil,
Biggest,
like,
like,
trees that
living
just
thing on
go
Earth.
for fucking miles. Insane.
That's fucking epic.
I've decided I'm moving to the bush. I just got a little patch of land. It's not good, but it's a
Nice.
start.
Yeah.
And I
that's
think, I'm gonna take a. Well, I was gonna take a suitcase, then I remembered that I actually have nature's suitcase on me, so I'm probably just gonna chuck a couple things up my ass and just head up to the bush.
Yeah.
And start a new life for myself. Make a fire, make a podcast. It's gonna be called the Bushcast.
Holy shit.
And my guest today is a fucking caterpillar. He's been crawling around for a little while. How's it going? He's like, man, I'm so fucking tired.
Bro, this is all I
Can't wait to be
do.
a
What the
butterfly.
fuck?
I'm like, well, thanks for coming on the show. Next week, we got a fucking bird that actually ate the caterpillar. So there we go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What if every time you eat something you become reincarnated as that thing? Like the bird ate the caterpillar, so the caterpillar's now like becomes the bird's thoughts, It's like they just morph
Right.
into one consciousness. What if I'm like 100 cows of everything I've eaten in the past, you know?
Man,
Makes
there's a
you
lot
think.
of McDonald's conscious inside me if that's
I
the
know,
case.
dude.
Yeah.
Too many McNuggets,
Yeah.
Like,
man.
I'm at least like 3% quarter pounder at this point. Like, it's not looking good for me.
What do you, if you guys
just-
could reincarnate into one thing, what would you reincarnate into? If you could be anything.
Probably Obama? No, I don't know.
Could it be like a
Yeah.
physical thing? Or does it have to be
Anything. It could be anything at all.
Probably a double-ended dildo.
Shit, I was just thinking that would be a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Good choice. It's like,
Double-ended.
imagine like when you
It
die, you
depends on
get to
who buys it,
choose.
though.
You just have a search filter and you can just like choose what you want to reincarnate into.
Dude, I'd probably
Top
be
picks
an
this
eagle,
week
eh?
include
It'd probably be like
double-ended.
an
eagle.
Probably be an eagle.
Probably be a bald eagle.
Yeah, what's like the
Because
apex
like
American
one?
eagle.
they're apex
Like an
predators.
alligator
Like
or
they don't
some
have
shit.
to worry about like getting eaten, and I just think being
You
a
could just be
bird would
hippo.
probably
Those
be the
things have
best.
no
eh?
predators, right?
Yeah,
Not
but
hippos,
hippos are
humans.
fucking assholes,
Manatees.
and they're fucking like dumb as hell. They got big old gaping maws,
Hey.
and they fucking
Whoa.
Dumbass
Oh my
gross
god, we
ass
have,
talk
we have
for
some fucking hippos in the
Fuck a
audience.
hippo, dude.
Cool.
Gonna
I
piss
want to
off
be
our
a
hippo
hawk
audience, bro.
or an eagle, because then I could fly around and
Oh
look
yeah,
at
hawk
shit.
would be
and
sick. Imagine how yeah, I'd do a
Yeah.
hawk. How fast you could fly. That'd be
Yeah.
sick ass.
It'd just be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of cool. I'm still sticking to my guns on double-ended dildo, though. My only question is, like, if I'm sitting on the shelf for a significant portion of my lifetime is watching people walk past, I'm just be like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, I hope this person doesn't
Like,
buy me.
please.
Oh, please don't
Fuck,
buy
this
me.
one's kinda
Please
ugly.
don't buy me. Just
Yeah.
wait for the, and like one day, just
You're bought by like a
Just
group like us as a gag gift, and they like throw you around, smack you against the wall a couple times, and chuck you in the bin.
Exactly.
existence,
dude?
and then off to the trash pile, which is where the real fun begins. And you get to hang out with all the other discarded items. Start a little society.
Ugh.
It's gonna be great.
Take over the world.
Yeah. So I mean, as you could tell, I've got several escape plans figured out for myself. I've got my bush cast.
Mm.
I've got transforming into a double-ended dildo. So really, like, I'm chilling.
You're
as far as
set.
that's concerned. Maybe Swaggosaurus can swoop by as an eagle and fish me out of the trash pile and like hold me in his talons and bring me to his nest and we can hang out. I don't know.
Very
It's
sweet.
like, oh look at this giant worm. This will be good for me.
Yeah,
Giant worm.
It's
It's
like
two
a-
heads.
trying to swallow the whole thing.
Huh.
When you guys were kids, did you ever just like go out in the yard and just kind of like look at the dirt and like try and find worms and like see what they were up to? Just like not you wouldn't like fuck with them, you would just like watch them do their shit.
Nah, how do you like?
Yeah.
I could never
come out
see
of the
them.
ground? What the fuck?
You know, just like being curious outside in nature as a kid is really anything. You see little bugs. Maybe you see a dead hedgehog. Maybe
Yeah.
it scars you for life.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
what's
those.
boring.
I remember last time I did acid back in the US with some mates, I saw like a barn spider or something. And so we freaked out. It was like a spider like yay big, about size like a golf ball maybe. And we're like, oh fuck, a spider! Are you freaked out? And then we're like, oh wait, no, this isn't poisonous, right? Yeah, no, they're harmless.
No
And I just
way.
like pick it up and just start like playing with it, have it on my hand and shit, just watching it. I'm just looking at it, like trying to see if it like connects consciousness
Yeah.
or some shit. And, like, I'm just staring at it, it's staring at me, and then I'm just like, oh, it's just a fucking spider, bro. He's not.
Turns
gonna
out it
talk to
actually
me.
Of
was
all
a
the
golf
things
ball.
you'd want to connect consciousnesses with, why would it be a fucking barn spider?
Because it was the only thing in the grass there at the moment. If it was a worm, I would have tried.
Why
But
with
it
a
was a cool little
worm?
spider, bro.
Just connect.
What's wrong with a
It
barn
connects with a worm.
spider, man?
Because for all I know, it
Spiders
could
are a
have been
valuable
Fitz
part of the
reincarnated as
ecosystem.
like a worm dildo or something. I don't know.
True.
What was his past life? Tell me what's up, Spider Bro. You know?
I've lived all the past lives, every single one of them. So you can ask me anything about anyone. I'll know.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. You're anyone and everyone as well.
Exactly.
We're the same person at the same time. What am I thinking?
Yeah. During COVID, Fitz learnt to be omnipotent. So, yeah. So he's fucking just, oh my god, he's transcended. Yeah, he's literally forcing us to call him God now. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's
Like,
I
but
mean,
it
I'm
is
not
what it
saying
is.
Forcing you, it's more just like if you don't, I'll smite you.
Yeah. Bro, what the fuck?
So it's like it's balls in your court sort of thing.
Holy shit.
Dude.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I'd probably choose if I were to be reincarnated and apparently I'd want to be reincarnated into someone who can speak English. 'Cause I can't do that very well. Oh my god.
How about we reincarnate into a decent fucking podcast topic?
Yeah, literally. Jason Momoa is what I would reincarnate into.
Jason Momoa.
Hmm.
Who's that again?
I don't know, but he's
Aquaman.
sexy.
He's an American actor.
He's
Yeah.
Aquaman.
It's Aquaman.
Yeah, he's pretty sexy.
Why would you want to be Aquaman? I know this guy's in something else cool though, isn't he? He's
Game of Thrones as well.
He's in Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Wait, is it only
He's
gonna
pretty
be the character
sexy.
Aquaman, or is it like his whole person as well?
Him. I want to be him. Like,
Ah.
just, yeah,
Him as an actor. I think
everything.
you kind of look like him.
Like, nah, trust me, I get it all the time.
Literally everyone I run into. Is just screaming, oh my god, is that? Oh no, sorry.
It's such a,
Just like 1 second of Jason Momoa.
well, more than 1 second, but
Clearly at least a couple seconds. That's not.
all right. What else is
Take away
going
from
on
the situation.
aside from reincarnation?
Well,
I saw a video of some monks swinging a weight like hung by a chain attached to their cock.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
exercise.
I don't know why they
why
do
did you
that.
start the podcast with
Exercise.
this?
On YouTube?
Wait, what did you say, Fitz?
I said, why didn't you start the show with it? That's a fantastic thing to say.
I just remembered it now. I don't know why it was on my mind, but like, it's just, yeah, I just remembered it. It was just like
Tell me
swinging.
more. From his cock. How heavy?
Oh, I'd say a solid like maybe 5-10 kilos
That's a lot of kilos
Straight
hanging from your
off the
cock.
peen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a significant weight. Like, how big is the cock?
oh, it was covered by like not like a skirt, whatever monks wear. It wasn't a skirt.
Like a robe.
Yeah, like a thing. And I'm not sure, like, but that sounds like it hurt a lot.
Right. So.
But what's the point?
I'm guessing fastened to the base of the cock by a rope or something.
Yeah, maybe even the head. We're not sure. Like,
Maybe even the head. Yeah.
Which-
And in which fashion was he swinging it around? Like
Well,
in a circle, up and down?
there was
with
like a
legs,
group
or-
of them, and they were just all sort of like just in a conglomerate. I just wanted to use that word. It sounds cool. But they were just like swinging it forward and back, but like kind of standing still. So by like getting momentum, they're just like, I don't know why they were doing it though. That's
Maybe it wasn't a weight. Maybe it was like actually like an incense burner, or just burning incense and swinging it back and forth. just
Maybe.
by the cock.
definitely looked like a weight though. So I'm trying to figure out if they're like trying to increase the size of their like. If that's like a requirement for a monk, like you have to have a certain penis size, so you have to like increase it by doing that.
Well, I'm
Not
sure
sure.
though, because aren't monks typically celibate, and don't they?
Ooh, I wouldn't be able to answer that.
I mean, I've never personally had sex with a monk, so
That's true.
it seems like play. I don't know.
Maybe it's to strengthen that area. So if you ever get kicked in the like in that region, it would like hurt less. Maybe.
Man, why
I'm
can't
not
monks be as cool as they are in like TV shows and stuff, or like Avatar: The Last Airbender? Like all those airbending monks, those guys are so cool.
The cock
Real life,
bender.
all they're doing is standing around with a weight attached to their
No,
cock,
those are
swinging it
those
back
the
and
ones that
forth.
can do all the airbending and shit are the monks that did like the fucking what's it called, like the nofap shit. That's what those are.
Fire, earth, wind, water, cock. The last cock bender.
Monks haven't came in 74 years. He's the oldest monk in the tribe. He has infinite wisdom. He can now levitate because of nofap.
Holy
He
shit.
just fucking spins his cock like meat spin. Just fucking provides a guy.
Starts propelling.
Yeah.
It's a whirlwind. Have you guys ever like actually like taken nofap seriously ever in your life?
No,
Have
are
ever
you
been
fucking
like,
kidding me?
Because
No.
it is no November, so I guess it's the time to talk
Like
about it.
that.
Like, have you ever?
No, not November. It's
extensively-
just bullshit. It's just like all
Surely no one
bullshit. Nobody
actually does that,
actually
right?
fucking does it. What reward do you get for not nutting for 30 days?
Clearly,
Besides
you
an
have research
increased,
power.
you get an increased risk of testicular and prostate cancer if you don't nut often. It's a fact.
Look, you clearly
Holy
have
shit.
not delved deep into the nofap community, because these guys really believe that by not masturbating, by not coming, for hundreds and hundreds of days, some of these guys go on for years, or so they say, that they actually feel like, they gain powers from it. Not superpowers, but they just
Well,
feel like
maybe
they're different
someday,
people.
maybe
They're
someday,
confident.
too.
I think the idea is that it like ramps up your masculine energy or something, or makes you
Your
more
testosterone or whatever. I feel like the largest compelling reason to these people that I've seen parroted online. This could be the minority of no-fappers, but the biggest reason is for these people to get confidence to pursue like a woman. Like, you know, if you're that, you know, if you're so if you have all this bent up sexual energy, like it'll compel you to talk to women to try to, you know, release that and it'll build that confidence for these people that are addicted to porn. You know.
Yes, it's that combination of porn addiction and like low self-esteem.
Yeah, I feel like if you have an addiction to porn, like like for sure, no fap could be a thing. But I feel like if you're only beaten off, if you're beaten off once a day, it's not that, you know, it's not that bad, is it?
What is bad? What's bad? Like
beaten off once a day.
No, but what's bad?
Bad?
How much is, if it's every day, what's the number?
Maybe like twice or 3
Okay, I'm going to end the stream here because I need to go to the gym. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work on more videos because I'm going to actually have some more videos coming out soon because I have some ideas. Thank you guys for watching.